the world lived in peace and coexistence between the humans, the animals, the birds, even the cute little...
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special video of Pumpkin Jack.
Nah, жри, блядь.
By the theme of the game, you might think this is a Halloween special, and you'd be wrong.
Really, nigga?
It was intended to be one, but I was suffering from PTSD, so instead, this is going to be a 666 subscriber special, because a spooky number plus spooky game equals yes. Contrary to everything on the surface, Pumpkin Jack is a story, with game bits sprinkled between each chapter to justify its existence on Steam, rather than a library. Obviously, I'm just being hyperbolic, but for a good reason. The gameplay can be easily summarized into 3 categories that you'll experience in every single chapter with minor differences. These categories being fighting/platforming, puzzles, and running for your life. The fighting/platforming category is the most dominant from the bunch, and arguably the most boring. The combat in this game is very basic. You left click to deal damage and use your movement keys to move. That's it. I know this can be used to summarize pretty much every single game, but generally speaking, other games have depth in terms of combos, parries, skills, enemy weaknesses, immunities, so on and so forth. That's not the case here. Pumpkin Jack is basically a 3D clicker heroes. You'd think combat like this would get boring fast, and you'd be right. To make sure your dopamine doesn't dump like squid, the game gives you an entirely new weapon to start each chapter with. To my surprise, that actually does make the samey combat feel just engaging enough to slug your way through to the next chapter, where the cycle repeats again. There ain't nothing really special about the weapons. They all follow a different 3-string attack pattern and have a mid-air attack. Whoa. What makes them stand out is the artistic design. Each weapon is pretty damn cool. The animations are super tight, and some weapons even come with cool gimmicks like hovering while being mocked by your sword, or better yet, a bird orb that does the funny. The platforming in this game is, you know, you press the jump key and use your movement keys to guide your landing. Ain't nothing complex about that. It's not intricate or deep in any way. At least, it's engaging enough for me to not have any complaints. There's various minor spins on it put it that, yeah, get the job done. Pro tip, water is not your friend. Avoid it at all costs. Next category is puzzles. Now I ain't talking about Skyrim type puzzles where you have to align a door's symbols to the ones presented on the key you have. The puzzles in this game are more like destroy graves with matching names or repeat the notes. You know, stuff you'd see in Flash games under the puzzles category. I don't want to call the style of puzzles fun or exciting, but after going through a combat section or two, yeah, this shit is hella fun, boy, fuck your grave. And the last category is fun for like 3 times because it is presented differently, but then the interest in the concept starts to wear off, which makes me wonder why I'm even playing this game. I literally have Brawl Bingus installed where I can beat women. What the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, the last category is these like racing type instances where the game moves forward for you and all you have to do is go up, down, left, right to avoid physical damage. These are pretty dope the first time around. They're kinda interesting, which makes me excitedly wonder what the next racing instance would be. Problem is, that excitement gets nay-nayed when you get to the racing instance and it's the same one again. The only one of these that is like really different is the boat one.
Let me drive the boat.
Where you have to jump ship, kill enemies and whatever else, rather than just using movement keys. Problem is, this one also appears like 4 times. So yeah, that's basically the gameplay layout. Each chapter you'll be doing each of these 3 categories while fulfilling other objectives for various NPCs to progress with the story. While it's doing all of that, you can also explore. I use the word explore very lightly here because, well, the secrets are not really hidden, nor is there anything to explore. Throughout the maps you can collect crow skulls. There's 20 in each chapter and they're used to buy drip. Not even joking. All they're used for is that motherfucking drip. Other than that, you can also find secret audio phones that will initiate a cutscene with cute spooky music and some dance moves. Say what you will about the game, but you can't tell me this man ain't motherfucking schmoovin' right now. Once all of that is said and done and you reach the end of the chapter, you get to finally experience pleasure, because each chapter ends with a boss fight. I wouldn't say the bosses are hard or anything, but they are not damage sponges. There's actual mechanics you have to apply. Simple ones, but still mechanics. The head monkey has to go click-clack to win these bosses. That's good. Overall, the gameplay is just a mundane experience with short bursts of dopamine and excitement here and there that are followed by more... It's also a rather short experience, about 3 to 4 hours of total gameplay. At least it is executed cleanly. I didn't run into any bugs or annoying features, except lethal water, which is very respectable as this game is mostly developed by one teenager. All that's left is the story. Pumpkin Jack is a tale of dominance. In his attempts to take over the earth, the devil clashes with a powerful sorcerer by the name of Samael Highdwarf, whom is successfully halting the devil's advances and has plans to cleanse the earth entirely. The devil, who doesn't want another L added to his name, decides to utilize a powerful con man in the hopes of stopping Samael Highdwarf and taking reign over Earth. That con man is Pumpkin Jack. With each chapter, you'll learn more about Jack's history, the sorcerer's plans, ways to put a wrench in said plans, and of course, you'll run into some cringe. The story in Pumpkin Jack feels complete. It's a cohesive tale, one that doesn't leave you with too many questions, if any at all. As any decent story, Pumpkin Jack ends on a good note. Is Pumpkin Jack a good game? It does what it does, and it does it cleanly, but like, is what it does good? That's something I cannot tell. But what I can tell you is that the final rating for this game on the Serjuh meter is a quirky 666 out of 1000. Do the math. That's about it. Don't forget to slap like, slap wife, and subscribe, and